I've taught you about frameworks and libraries in previous videos. So frameworks are prefabricated code structures you can use as a template to build a website. Libraries are prefabricated blocks of code you can use to add features to a website. Now, I've taught you about JavaScript in previous videos and how it is a client-side language which alters the core processing of the browser called the DOM. So back in 2009, some developers began to create client-side frameworks and libraries built on JavaScript. That's a little weird, okay? That's a little confusing. So what are the advantages to that? Well, as far as I've seen, there aren't a whole lot of advantages, but there are a ton of disadvantages. So you remember what I said about JavaScript, and in short, anything which renders to the page using JavaScript has at least 3 big problems. One, since content is changed in the DOM and not changed in the code, it will not be indexed by search engine spiders. So nothing that you build in JavaScript will help with SEO. And number 2, since the JavaScript is in a separate file from the HTML page, for example, if you're parsing information from a JSON file, if the user wants to save that web page for later reference, they're unable to do so. And number 3, because you are dynamically changing the page content, it breaks the back button in the browser. For example, a user may click on a link and be presented with an entirely new page of data. But when they click the back button in the browser with the intent of returning to the previous page, they get sent to the previous website they visited because the new page they were given was simply the same page with new data. However, in the year 2019, these technologies, much like Flash and ActionScript a decade ago, were the hip and popular way to build websites. Despite the many drawbacks, computer nerds thought this technology was great. Well, I'm skeptical. Why? Because JavaScript frameworks make for a bad user experience. And as I've reiterated many times, the users must always come first. History has proven technology which hampers the user experience rarely lasts. So, if you want to learn any of these technologies, I suggest learning ReactJS. Why? Because ReactJS is the easiest to learn. It doesn't require any server-side support or changing your web hosting plan. It's merely a library used to expedite the JavaScript code that you need to write. Those are some good traits that add genuine value to your development. And remember, kids, the world owes you nothing until you create things of value.